and the appears to have mental health issues going on related to his PTSD. He does not have an extensive criminal history, so the state's not in opposition to a PR bond, but it's just for the safety of the community as well as himself.
Okay. Are you already receiving benefits through the VA?
Yes,
for
sir.
mental health?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you currently taking medication?
The VA has stopped my medication. It wasn't up to me. They stopped me.
They stopped you?
Yes,
Okay. Are you receiving counseling through the VA?
sir. No, they stopped that as well.
Okay.
Your Honor, can I ask that our office be appointed and I can have a social worker visit with him as soon as possible?
Okay, I will remove Ms. Lerma and appoint the PD. Okay, I will grant a personal reconnaissance bond on on all three matters. Sir, you're going to be released today on a personal reconnaissance bond under administrative conditions. On the evading arrest and fail to ID, don't commit any other crimes, stay in contact with the PR bond office. On the criminal mischief, you are to have no contact with the complaining witness. You must stay at least 200 yards away. In addition, on all three cases, I'm going to order a Takumi screening, that is a mental health assessment. Okay. All right, that is all. Mrs. Cajeda, do you have any questions?
Yes, thank you, Judge. Sir, do you have an email address?
Yes, ma'am. It's celestino.otero@yahoo.com.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you,
And
sir. Have a good day.
And
Thank
with regard to the complaining witness, do you all need that person's name?
Yes, please.
Okay. First name is Edilia. It's Edilia. And last name is Alvisures, which is Alvizures de Lopez. And her residence was, let's see. It just says that it was in the area of Clipper and Tom Mays.
Thank you, Ms. Hill.
Okay.
All right. Sir, thank you very much and have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Judge,
Yes, sir.
the sixth floor, Anaya Leroy, he refused to come out and does not wish to speak to the court.
Okay. Then I'm going to cancel. Defendant does not want to cooperate.
And I have next one is Aguirre Gilbert.
Okay.
Aguirre?
Did you say you agreed to this one, Ms. Hill?
On Aguirre? No,
Yes.
I
Okay.
didn't.
All right. Mr. Aguirre is here on a possession charge less than a gram, risk assessment level of 4. Multiple felony convictions. The most recent is a 2017 assault of a family member with previous conviction. Multiple misdemeanors, including especially assaultive behavior against family members. And he says he's not sure of how much money he has for a bond. Also has a pending case from this year for possession. Mr. Rivera?
Thank you, Your Honor. In this one, we were unable to interview as well, so I'm going to have to do this by Q&A, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Good morning, Mr. Aguirre. My name is Marcelo Rivera. I'm an attorney with the Public Defender's Office. You're going to have a bond hearing right now, and going to help you with that bond hearing. I'm not your attorney on your case, but I am going to need to get some information from you. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. First of all, are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, sir. Yes,
I'm showing an address at 3108 Bisbee. Is that where you'd go if you were to bond out?
yes, sir.
Who do you live there with?
With my friend,
What's his or her name?
his name is Roberto Chavez.
All right. Do you have a phone number?
My number is 361-300-2972.
361
300
300
2972.
2972. Did you finish high school?
2970, 12 grade.
2972. Okay. Did you finish high school?
No, sir.
Okay. Are you single, married, divorced?
My wife passed away, sir.
Okay. You probably don't have any dependent children anymore, do you?
Just one.
Okay. How old?
She's 35.
Okay. Does she live here in town?
No, sir.
Okay. You have a job?
Right now I'm not working. I have a hernia and I cut a finger off.
All right. Did you ever serve in the military?
No, sir.
Do you have any kind of a mental health diagnosis?
I'm just on bipolar, sir.
Okay. Do you receive any kind of benefits?
No, sir, none at all.
Okay. Your Honor, this is a nonviolent offense. I'd ask the court to consider granting a PR bond.
Ms. Escajeda, did he report after I released him in this month?
He was placed under administrative judge. No, he did not have to.
Ms. Hill?
Your Honor, the only opposition I had is based on the fact that he was already out on a PR bond when this offense was committed. Other than that, I didn't have any opposition.
All right, Mr. Aguirre, I'm gonna release you again on a personal recognizance bond under, was he out on administrative, Mrs. Cajeda?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Under administrative conditions, don't commit any other crimes and stay in contact with the PR bond office. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, sir. Ms. Escajeda, questions?
Yes, Judge. Thank you. Mr. Aguirre, do you have an email address?
No, I don't know.
Do you have a phone number of a friend or a relative that we could use to get in contact with you?
Yes.
Okay, what is it?
915-808-3187.
And who does this number belong to?
Friend Yolanda Morales.
Tell me one more time.
Yolanda Morales.
And who is this person to you?
She's a friend.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Judge.
Have a good day, Mr. Aguirre.
Thank you very much, sir. You all have a good day. God bless you all.
Thank you. I'm sorry, you want to, can I just double check some information with PR bond? What was the email address for Mr. Otero, please?
It was his first name, last name at yahoo.com.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, James Ostalaza. Hi, good morning, Mr. Ostalaza.
Good morning.
All right, he is being accused of unauthorized use of a motor vehicle with a $5,000 bond, risk assessment level of a 3. He's got a conviction for a possession charge less than a gram in 2023, misdemeanor possession of marijuana and theft of property. Other than that, nothing else that I can see. And we don't know how much money he has available for bond. Mr. Rivera.
Thank you, Your Honor. And this is another one that we're going to need to do by Q&A, please.
Go ahead, sir, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, Mr. Ostalaza. My name is Marcelo Rivera. I'm an attorney with the Public Defender's Office. You're going to have a bond hearing. Right. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. You're going to have a bond hearing right now. I was supposed to interview you yesterday afternoon, but there were some problems and I wasn't able to. So I'm going to ask you some questions right now. I don't want you to talk about your case, okay?
Okay.
Just answer the questions that I'm going to ask you, which are going to pertain specifically to this bond hearing, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. First of all, are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, sir.
I'm showing an address here, 5217 Gunter Lane. Is that where you'd go if you were to bond out?
No, that's an old address. My
Okay.
address right now is 5204 Mumm Lane, 79924. That's my parents' house, mom and dad.
Okay. How long have you lived in El Paso?
My whole life, 32 years.
Okay. And how long have you been living there on Mum?
Back and forth, but recently I've been living there for about 5 years this past time right now.
Okay. And you said that's your parents' house?
Yes, sir. Mom and dad.
Okay. You have a number for one of them?
Yes, my dad's or my mom's.
Either one.
915-260-7229 is my father.
Did you finish high school?
Yes, sir.
Where?
Urban High School.
Are you single, married, divorced?
No, I'm single.
Do you have any children?
No children.
Okay, so aside from your parents, what other family do you have here in town?
I have a lot of family here, but I mean,
Okay.
living in the house with me right now, I have my brother, Carlos Delgado, and then my mom, Marina Ostalaza, and then just me, yeah. I have my nephew living there, but he just moved out to
Oh,
Austin.
that's okay. That's okay. How much money do you have available to post bond?
I just came in with $20. That's it. That's all I came in with.
Do you have a job?
I have self-employed jobs like I do barbering, landscaping, but right now I had a job working on I don't even know the name of it. It was a junkyard on Alps and Dyer with a person named Armando. I was gonna learn how to do cars and stuff in the junkyard, but
All
I
right.
just got a job this beginning of this week.
All right. Did you ever serve in the military? Do
Never, sir.
you have any kind of mental health diagnosis?
No, sir.
Do you receive any sort of public benefits?
No, sir.
Okay. Your Honor, this is a nonviolent offense, and Mr. Ostalaza seems to have significant family ties to the community. Would ask the court to consider granting a PR bond.
Ms. Hill?
Your Honor, the state doesn't have a problem with the PR bond, but just with terms other than administrative, based on the fact that of his criminal history, and that there was a victim involved in this particular case. And although he's not charged with the theft of the vehicle based on the condition of it with the ignition, the way that you couldn't even start the ignition with a key, and that it was painted, it was evident that this was a stolen vehicle.
He'll be released under standard conditions. Mr. Ostalaza, you are ordered not to use drugs or alcohol, stay in contact with the PR bond office, and do not commit any further crimes. You are to have no contact with a complaining witness, and you must stay at least 200 yards away from their residence. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, Ms. Escajera?
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Ostalaza, do you have an email address?
Yes, ma'am, I do. It's my first, everything lowercase. It's my first and last name, and then the number 9. No number sign, just the 9. So James Ostalaza9@gmail.
Okay. And what is your father's name?
Same name as mine. I'm a junior.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you, sir. Have a good day.
Thank you, guys.
And the complaining witness's name is Sabine Sanchez. And she resides at 5241 Rin.
All right, thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I'm sorry, that was 5214 RAM?
No, 5241 Rin. That's WREN.
Thank you.
That's 24.
All right, who's next?
We got Mr. Misael Marroquin, Judge.
Okay. Then this has been waived. Good morning, Mr. Marroquin.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Mr. Marroquin is here on a probation violation for driving while intoxicated out of County Court of Law number 2. He's got no bond. Mr. Rivera, go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Marroquin, my name's Marcelo Rivera. We spoke briefly yesterday, but I'm gonna need to get some more information from you, okay?
Okay.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I'm showing an address at 2807 Sacramento. Is that where you would go if you were to bond out tomorrow?
Yeah.
Who do you live there with?
With my aunt and my uncle,
What's your uncle's name?
Manuel Davila.
Do you know his phone number?
No,
Did you finish high school?
no, sir.
You single, married, divorced?
I'm married, but my family is in Mexico.
Okay. Do you have children there in Mexico?
Yes, two.
How much money do you have available to you to post bond?
Like 1,000.
Okay. Do you have a job?
Yes,
Tapos Chinampa?
yes.
Okay. Your Honor, we'd ask the court to consider granting a bond. This is currently set at a no bond. Ask the court to consider granting bond something under the $10,000 range, because at 10,000, I believe most of the companies require security. And so even though Mr. Marroquin can't afford $1,000, we'd ask that the court grant something less than 10,000.
Thank you. Ms. Hill?
Your Honor, the state would be in opposition just based on the fact that it appears that, from what I'm looking at, it looks as though the motion to revoke was filed in 2020 for non-reporting. So I don't know if there's been non-reporting all of that time.
He has not reporting since then. Okay, and there was a prior failure to appear that was taken care of when he paid the bond forfeiture fee. Okay,
So the state would be in opposition just based on non-compliance and non-reporting.
all right, Mr. Marroquin, I'm gonna set your bond at $5,000 cash or through a bonding company, no PR component. All right, you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Your Honor, who's the attorney on this?
The Public Defender's Office. Who's next?
Mr. Rodriguez Gilbert, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Rodriguez is here on a criminal trespass. Ms. Hill, what is the location of the criminal trespass?
Give me 1 second, Your Honor, let me pull that up.
I'm sorry, who is this?
This is Gilbert
Rodriguez.
Rodriguez.
Thank you.
The location is 6738 Alameda Avenue, apartment number 7.
Okay. Mr. Rodriguez, you're gonna be released today on a personal recognizance bond under administrative conditions. Do not commit any other crimes. Stay in contact with the PR bond office. You are to have no contact with the homeowner of that residence, and you must stay at least 200 yards away from that location. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
And the complaining witness's name is Abril Perez Vasquez.
Okay. Mrs. Cajeda, questions?
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Rodriguez, do you have a phone number?
I do.
Okay, what is it?
915-900-3887.
Do you have an email address?
Yes, it's my full name, 19699 @gmail.
Tell me again, it's your full name and what are the numbers?
It's 19699 @gmail.
Do you have a phone number of a friend or a relative that we could use to get in contact with you?
I got my brother's phone number.
Okay.
915-251-6013.
And what is his name?
Raphael,
And when you are released, where will you be residing?
155 North Glenwood.
Thank you. Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Have a good day.
I believe we're done, Judge.
I'm still showing Coronado.
Raul Coronado, he's at the annex.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, we're gonna take a little break so I can get in touch with the annex.
Thank you.
tomorrow? Yeah. I did by mistake. Yeah. I did. It said hit one to confirm, no, two to confirm. I read that wrong. I had two. Hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up. Yeah, yeah, hurry up. Okay, I'll see you on my God. Get some breakfast or something. Clean up. Go clean up. Okay. They said it's one. Hey, what's that? 7:15 a.m. Yeah. Talk to your sister. Talk to your sister. Yeah, I never make them that early. Talk to your sister. No, she.
Council Upshaw,
Good morning, Your
please
Honor.
unmute. Well, it's good afternoon. Sir, can you tell me, which client do you have? I'll check the list.
D'Angelo Wright.
Right. D'Angelo Wright,
Yes.
I'm looking at. I don't see a D'Angelo Wright. Does he have another name?
Nope, it's D'Angelo Wright. He's not there. I guess he's still at the DDC.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Have a good day, Your Honor.
You too. Council Calabat, please unmute. Who do you have, sir?
Hello, hello. I'm outside the court, but I can just keep the Zoom on. I'm here on Abdul Al-Haj.
Did you file your appearance, sir?
No, I didn't. I was gonna do it in the courtroom, but I came to talk to the court-appointed lawyer to ask her a question, and I never made it back in the courtroom. It's locked. But I just want to have a limited appearance for today for arraignment purposes. We're gonna have him use another attorney after today.
Okay, that's fine, but you still need to file an appearance.
Okay, can I come? The courtroom is locked, so I can't get in unless someone lets me in. I would appreciate that.
Okay.
No rush.
Clerk will let you in, sir.
I appreciate you. Should I stay on Zoom, Your Honor, or get off?
No, if you're gonna be coming in, you don't need to be by Zoom.
Okay, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. I'm outside of room 134. Thank you.
Yep.
Hi.
Madam Interpreter.
Yes, I never received the name or anything or any information.
Okay, it's Abdullah Al-Haj.
Okay.
Okay, we have his retained court attorney. Al-Haj is A-L space Haj H-A-J-J.
Got it.
Okay. All right, we're gonna be starting probably in around 2 o'clock, ma'am.
Oh, okay. I was told that 1:30. Okay, thank you.
No problem.
We're gonna need a little bit more time past 2, yeah.
Okay,
We're working
then
hard.
we can
We're gonna need
stop because I talked to your coworker. She said 2, I gave her 2. And so then we'll stop and we'll start at 2. Whichever needs to, we'll do after. I don't know how many there are left.
Okay.
Still camera 3. Council Bird, still camera 3.
I believe so, Your Honor. If that's what my coworker told you.
Okay. She said there was like 2 or 3 left. And I said, oh, about 2 o'clock. I think there's only 1 female. I could be wrong. Council, what's your P number?
57037.
57037.
Correct.
Claudia, can you check with DDC? I believe that, hold on. I want to see if the female was already interviewed. If it was, then we could do the female. Council Bird? Council Bird? He's not responding. Let's just go to your office.
Sam.
Ms. Claudia, female's been interviewed. Can you contact DDC? I don't know how many people they have to see if we can do female, or do they want to start with the males?
Can we go ahead and do her now? The magistrate is asking. Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Folks, for on record, so I don't forget.
Hi, Wilson, this is Claudia Coach from Texas. So we interviewed the female. That's a Lewis. Is there a way that we can get her right now? Or what female is it?
As far as I know, Portia Cross. I mean, Portia Cross, also known as Portia Carr.
She's asking, can we get rid of her now? Okay, what camera? Oh. Okay. Okay, all right, thank you. And yes. What camera, but he said that it shouldn't be a problem.
Okay. Folks, we're gonna start, and I believe there's one female.
Your Honor, we're gonna need a Spanish interpreter.
For who?
Olivia Zayas, Hector Olivio Zayas.
Okay. Counsel, what's your name, sir? Pardon me? Okay, I got it. I have your appearance. Okay, thank you. Danny Calabat.
One lock in there now, and they're already in order. Okay, so when you let them out, next man, so the people are there. No, I got it. No.
DC, are you ready to proceed?
Yes, John.
Thank you. Counsel Coyle, you ready to proceed? Okay, so everybody ready to proceed? Ms. Lamar, also known as Ms. Cross. This is case number 240-6052401. Ma'am, please say your full name.
Portia Cross.
Are you also known as Portia Carr?
No.
Oh, that's what I have you listed, ma'am. Portia Leslie Cross and Portia Carr. You have an attorney. Go ahead, counsel.
Yes, Your Honor, Brandon Bird on behalf of Portia Cross. My client waives her right to the formal reading, was advised to constitutional rights, and will stand mute.
Thank you. I'm going to enter plea of not guilty. Court dates are December 3rd, 2024. It is a probable cause conference followed by preliminary examination, December 10th, 2024. Both matters are in front of Judge Giles. Ms. Cross, also known as Ms. Carr, some bond conditions. There is no drinking of any alcoholic beverages. There is no driving of any automobiles, motorcycles. There is no assault or combative behavior on your part. Do you understand those bond conditions, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead, Counsel Coyle.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Lisa Coyle appearing on behalf of the people. Good afternoon, Ms. Bird. The people in this matter are requesting a 5,010% and an alcohol tether. For the reasons being, this occurred in the end of August of this year. The lab results came back to a 0.252 blood results. She rear-ended a vehicle. She was intoxicated and she spit in the trooper's face allegedly. Now, I do note on her prior history, in 2010, she was under HIDTA status for 2 counts of resisting and obstructing. And also in 2022, she pled guilty to attempt resisting and obstructing in the Third Circuit Court and got 6 months probation. So this here, Your Honor, I don't know if there's an issue with alcohol. There's no capious history. I think this matter has been put over just to get that blood. But I'm asking, based on the fact that she caused an accident, the fact that how high her blood alcohol level was, it was 25. And also this is her third resisting and obstructing. She's only 35 years old, Your Honor. For that reason, I'm asking for the 5,010% with an alcohol tether. Thank you.
Go ahead, Counsel Bird.
35-year-old lifelong resident, Your Honor, lives with her mother. The case says that she is gainfully employed, but unfortunately unable to afford any bond in this matter. She does have a bachelor's degree, so she did try and further herself in life. And they indicate this incident happened. They allege this incident happened in August 2024, roughly 3 months ago, almost 3 months ago now, Your Honor. And respectfully, my client didn't know she had a warrant. That's probably because one wasn't signed until November 14th, and she would have turned herself in this matter. Instead, they actually picked her up from her job. There has been no indication that there's been any police contact or convictions or charges brought against her within those 3 months. She's been able to live, go to work for the past 3 months and not have anything else pending or charged against her, Your Honor. So respectfully, we're gonna ask this court for a personal bond in this matter. She understands that she has to show up to court, has no problem showing up to court, has no problem abiding by the court's conditions. We haven't been presented any evidence that she hasn't abided by any court conditions. We haven't been presented with any evidence while she was on probation that she has any violations of those probations, which indicates to us that she can follow court orders, Your Honor. So respectfully, we're going to ask for a personal bond in this matter.
This particular matter, court uses clear and convincing evidence standard when it's entertaining a monetary bond. Okay. Allegedly, she had a high blood alcohol content when she was drinking and driving. Allegedly, she, at minimum, was assaulted with a police officer by spitting on the police officer. And okay. And allegedly she made statements, something to the effect about putting something on her. And she responded allegedly, "You're never going to get it over me. I'm going to spit every time." I do believe that was a spit mask. And counsel Coyle, when was the last time she had the resisting and obstructing?
2022.
2022. Well, we're going to put her on an alcohol tether. We're also going to put her on a GPS tether, work only. I'm going to give her a $25,000 personal bond. Let's see if that helps her. I think that's least restrictive, given the allegations and everything that's been represented, placed on the record. That concludes Ms. Cross's arraignment. DDC?
We also have
Yes,
Ms.
ma'am.
Smith, Your Honor.
I just want to make sure this is the only female in reference, Ms. Cross?
Can I turn myself in for the tether?
No, ma'am.
No, Your Honor, I have one more lady, Ms. Smith. One more lady, Ms. Smith.
Ms. Smith?
Yep,
Yes, Your
Ms.
Honor.
Smith, Your Honor.
I don't have, no. Ms. Smith is not on our list, or she was crossed off.
She's on page 1.
Sonia Danielle Smith? Yep. So that's it. DDC, are you ready for the males?
Yes, Your Honor, give me about 5 minutes. I have to switch them around. Unless you're gonna go to camera 4.
Okay. You want me to go to camera 4, or do you want me to go to camera 3?
It's up to you, Your Honor. What's best for you?
Okay, I'd like to go to camera 3, and if interviews, they can go to camera 4.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And Ms. Smith isn't crossed off my list, Your Honor.
On my list as well.
Mine is, she is.
She'll go Monday.
She'll go Monday. Charges are non-assaultive, misdemeanor, which we don't do. Yeah.
Can I see the file for, just not the date, the court date,
Which one?
Hector, Olivio, any suspensions are.
Ah,
I can do the,
yeah. Miss Evelyn is here.
okay, I just want to see his date.
How you doing, Ms. Villarreal?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good to see you always.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Good to see you as well.
Good. How is your darling husband?
Oh, loving his retirement.
Okay. All right, let's see. So let's go. It's just 5 minutes.
And Attorney Russian will be joining Zoom to go on a
Okay.
breakout
Is
from
she
the
get-
Spanish interpreter.
Okay. And that will be camera 4. DC. You have a copy of the list? Council Bird.
You can either do the.
Wait 1 second. Yes, Your Honor.
Just gonna say is that when you guys are finished doing the interviews on camera 4, can you let me know? So I can put defense counsel, defense counsel, Miss Evelyn and defendant Olivio Zayas in front of camera 4.
Got you. We'll let you know when we're done, Your Honor.
Okay. Just waiting for DDC to start. DDC.
Yes, Your Honor.
After this gentleman, can you bring out on page 2? On page 1, number 6, Mr. Al-Haj, he has retained counsel after we do this gentleman. So, all right, the gentleman at DDC, what's your name?
Leroy Turner.
Wilbur Leroy Turner, sir, I'm magistrate at Chatea. You're here on a criminal matter, case number 24060688801, sir. You have an attorney?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Council Bird?
Yes, Your Honor.
Pardon me?
Yes, Your Honor. Brandon Bird on behalf of Wilbert Turner. My client waived his right to formal reading, was violates constitutional rights. Will stand mute.
Thank you. I'm going to enter plea of not guilty. Court dates are December 3rd, 2024, probable cause conference, followed by preliminary examination, December 10th, 2024. Both matters are in front of Judge Giles. Mr. Turner, bond conditions, you're not to possess any firearms or any other dangerous weapons, no ammunition of any kind. Do you understand those bond conditions, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Counsel Coyle, go ahead as to bond, please.
Your Honor, it's non-assaultive. It was an undercover delivery, so no objection to a $15,000 personal bond in this matter.
No objection, Your Honor.
Thank you. In this particular matter, everybody's in agreement. Mr. Turner, you're gonna get a $15,000 personal bond. Nobody has to pay any money for you to get out of jail. Just go to court and handle your matter. Understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
To speak English.
You got it.
Counsel, is that your client?
Your Honor, I've never seen him before.
Okay.
No.
All right, Madam Interpreter,
Yes.
Arabic.
Yes.
Man, raise your right hand.
Mhm.
Do you solemnly swear firm tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, as well as interpret English, Arabic to English to the best of your ability?
I do. Good afternoon, Your Honor. Interpreting Arabic for the court.
Ma'am, are you a certified or qualified interpreter?
Yes, was qualified for 20-something years.
Qualified? Okay. And how many years have you been interpreting for courts?
23.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. All right, so please say this to the gentleman. Sir, what's your name, gentleman at DDC?
سيد شو اسمك؟ أعطيها اسمك الشفوي.
عبد الله أحمد الحاج.
عبد الله الحاج. حكمت.
Sir, thank you, ma'am. Sir, you have retained counsel in court.
سيد أنت عندك محامي موجود بالمحكمة؟
نعم.
عندك محامي موجود بالمحكمة؟
نعم.
Yes.
Danny Calaban appearing on behalf of Abdullah Al-Haj.
Counsel P number.
57037.
عم يعطي أرقام وهو المحامي اللي حيمثلك. And I did not hear his name, Your Honor.
Danny Calaban.
Oh, Danny Calaban. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Counsel, you wait for my reading, stand mute.
Your Honor, I do waive formal reading and stand mute on behalf of my client.
Yeah, من قبل الموكل راح بدون قادر رئيس التحقيق ويكون صامت.
I'm gonna enter a plea of not guilty.
هجاوب عنك مش مذنب.
Court dates are December 3rd, 2024, probable cause conference, followed by preliminary examination, December 10th, 2024. Both matters are in front of Judge Giles.
القضية اللي جاي تمهيد القضية رح يكون شهر 12 يوم 30 2024 وتمهيد القضية رح يكون بشهر 12 يوم 11 أمام الحاكم جايلز.
Okay. Sir, you have some bond conditions.
في شروط على الكفالة مشان تطلع. نعم. Yeah.
Okay. While this case is pending, you're not to go back to the Penrod residence.
بفترة هالقضية وهي ماشي ممنوع ترجع على سكن Penrod.
You are not to have any contact with Wilaya Sala.
ممنوع يكون عندك أي اتصال مع ولاء صالح.
That means no person-to-person contact, no contact to third parties, no phone calls, no emails, no text messaging.
يعني ولا عن طريق رسائل ولا شخصيا ولا عن طريق شخص ثالث ممنوع يكون عندك اتصال فيها.
You're not to possess any firearms or any other dangerous weapons.
كمان ما فيك تملك أي مسدسات أو أي أسلحة خطيرة.
Counsel Coyle, go ahead, Esteban.
Lisa Coyle, appearing on behalf of the people.
سيدة ليسا كويل هي من النيابية.
The people are requesting a 50,000 cash surety with a tether.
عم نطلب منك إنه 50,000 نقدي كمان يكون في جهاز على رجله.
The complainant, Ms. Sala, is 70 years old.
اللي عم تتشكى عمرها 70 سنة.
Allegedly, defendant went to see his child and was denied entry to this house where he lives.
بيدعوا إنه راح ليشوف ولده بهالبيت بالمكان اللي هي ساكنة فيه.
The complainant opened the door and then she cut her hand with a knife.
She cut her hand? I'm sorry.
He cut her hand with I'm sorry.
الباب، فتحت الباب اللي عم تتشكى وبتقول أنت قصيت لها إيدها بالسكينة.
For the police report, she was bleeding profusely and then called the police.
حسب تقرير الشرطة كان عم ينزف منها الدم بإيدها وبعدين اتصلت بالشرطة.
The people believe that the defendant is a danger to not only the complainant, but potential members of his family.
نحن بنعتقد هو خطر ما بس للمتهم اللي عم يتشكى، حتى خطر للعائلة لعائلته.
Based on the allegations, his family is living with her family.
حسب ما بيدعوا إنه عائلته ساكنة مع أهلها عياله.
It is indicative of a potential problem with child exchange or visitation.
ممكن يكون في مشاكل بالمستقبلي وين في خطر على الولد.
Which came to the point where he drew a knife on a 70-year-old woman and cut her.
وصلت لحد النقطة إنه الامرأة عمرها 70 سنة ضربها بالسكين وتعورت.
And for those reasons, the people are requesting that bond, Your Honor.
لهالسبب نحن عم نطلب هالكفالة.
Defense counsel, go forward.
Your Honor, first I would like to state that my client has never been in trouble with the law.
أول شيء بريد هذا القاضي ما عنده مشاكل بالماضي مع القانون ولا حدا.
He's been in jail since Wednesday evening, which has been 3 days.
محبوس من يوم الأربعاء حساب 3 أيام.
He has never been to jail before.
ما انحبس بالماضي أبدا.
And they do have a child together, Your Honor, a 1-year-old child.
وعندهم ولد من بعدهم عمره سنة.
Reading from the complaint, reading from the narrative report, Your Honor. According to the report, he never even made it in the house.
He never, I'm sorry, what?
According to the narrative report, he never made it into the house.
حسب التقرير ما دخل على البيت.
When he knocked on the door and the door was opened, can you interpret that?
الباب كان مفتوح.
The report says an argument ensued, but a neighbor came to stop it.
بالتقرير مكتوب إنه صاروا يتجادلوا بالكلام بس إجا جار أو جارة ما بعرف حاولوا يوقفوها.
At which time he left.
ساعتها ترك هو.
We're requesting if you could please allow a high personal bond.
عم نطلب منك حضرة القاضي يكون في كفالة عالي شخصيا، يعني هو يكفل حاله بالكلام.
He's already staying at a different address, which is also in the narrative report.
كمان موجود بالتقرير إنه هو ساكن بمكان تاني، بعنوان تاني.
And he'll understand that your order will, he cannot talk to the victim or her family directly or indirectly.
وهو يفهم إنه هو ما بيقدر يتصل بأهله ولا فيها هي لا وجهيا ولا عن طريق آخر.
And he will understand that if he violates that he is violating bond and he can sit in jail while the case is pending.
وهو إذا خالف هالأمر راح يكمل القضية وهو محبوس.
his parents and his brother, his other family members know that this happened?
اخوانه اهله عندهم علم شو حصل.
And they'll all be around him to make sure that he has, in addition to himself, will make sure he has no contact with the victim.
وكمان هن بتجمعوا وهن بيسرعوا انه ما يكون عنده اي اتصال مع الضحيه.
If we could please just at least eliminate the tethering provision, because that will probably make it to where he spends more time in jail to have it put on.
اذا فيك عملي معروف انه ما يحط هذا على الكاحل بجوز تاخروا وهو موجود بالحبس.
As I stated, he's already sat in jail for 3 days, and I'm sure that scared him. And I know just from talking to his family, them talking to him, that he'll take this very serious.
وحسب ما حكيت معه وحكيت مع أهله هو له 3 أيام محبوس وهن اخذينا هالقضية جدية.
According to the narrative report,
حسب تقرير الشرطة
this whole incident happened at the front door.
هالشي كله حصل على الباب الأمامي على الباب ما حصل بالبيت.
And again, when the neighbor came, he left.
لما اجى الجار هو ترك.
I have nothing further.
ما عندي شيء بعد.
Court's heard the representations both sides.
ما عدت شو قالوا على الميلين الناحية هاي والناحية تاك.
Uses clear and convincing evidence standard when it's considering monetary bond.
في بيقنع الدليل اللي بيقنع بالنسبة إذا كان الكفالة قليل.
Courts review the allegations in the investigator's report.
طلعت على المحقق اللي حط تقرير بهالقضية.
One question for defense counsel, does he work?
سؤال للمحامي بيشتغل اللي وكلك.
According to his family, yes, he does construction work.
حسب ما قالوا لي عيلتهم بلا بيشتغل عمارة.
Okay. And the reason I ask is the court does find Mr. Al-Haj a danger to the community.
بسبب اللي عم بسأل إنه المحكمة عم تلاقي إنه سيد الحج خطير على الجالية.
But the court also knows that at some point he went to the police station.
كمان رجعنا علم إنه إجا وقت هو بنفسه راح على المخفر.
At that point he was arrested.
وساعتها حجزوه.
Court's not concerned about flight.
ما مش فرقنا إذا سافر ولا لا ما عندنا أي أهمية من الناحية.
But more of a danger aspect.
بس بنفكر بالخطير.
So another bond condition is he's not to have contact with any witnesses of this case.
والشرط الثاني إنه يكون عندك أي اتصال مع أي شاهد بخصوص القضية.
It's going to be placed on a GPS tether work only.
راح يحطوا الجهاز على رجلك بسمح لك تروح على الشغل.
I'm going to give him a chance and he's going to get a $50,000 personal bond.
راح أعطيه فرصة وراح ياخد $50,000 كفالة شخصية.
That's the conclusion of the arraignment of Mr. Al-Haj.
أيضا انتهى للسيد الحاج.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
With respect to the bond, can you interpret with respect to the tether?
بالنسبة للجهاز حضرة القاضي بدي أسألك سؤال. Go ahead.
Just so he understands, will the tethering company go to the jail? He'll have to wait for them to come to put it on?
Yes. wherever the tether is, he's gonna have to wait.
You,
مثال إذا اللي بيحطوا بيركبوا الجهاز إذا بيجوا لعندك على الحبس ولا هو لازم يروح على مكان ثاني. قالت بدك تنطر بتسمع منه.
Miss Interpreter, can you let him know that once the tether is on, then they will release him without him paying any money?
اوكي برجع بعيد الكلام بس يحطوا الجهاز عليك انت رح تطلع بلا ما تدفع اي قرش.
Thank you. That concludes the arraignment of Mr. Al-Haj.
شكرا. هيدا نهاية التحرير للسيد الحاج. شكرا. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Attorney, you're okay? You need me?
Sorry?
Am I need?
Do you need her for anything else?
I'm good. I think I'm good.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
The tethering company, do I do it as a clerk or how do I figure it out?
It's gonna be at Wayne County, whatever Wayne County tether is. Okay?
Do we have to? They only have to contact them or automatically?
No, Wayne County's already set there at, the tether's already set at the Wayne County.
Okay. Just the money wise, should I have them call like?
No, whatever it is, they'll let him know and the family can contact Wayne County about the tether.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Sure. The gentleman at DDC, what's your name, sir?
Marquise Evans.
Oh, Mr. Evans, is it Marquise Tamal Quinton Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Evans, I'm Administrator Jeff there. You're here on a criminal matter, case number 240-6067001. You have an attorney. Go ahead, counsel.
Yes, Your Honor. Brandon Bird on behalf of Marquise Evans. My client waives his right to the formal reading, was advised his constitutional rights, and will stand mute.
Thank you. I'm going to enter plea of not guilty. Excuse me. Court dates are December 3rd, 2024, probable cause conference at 8:30, followed by preliminary examination, December 10th, 2024, approximately 1:45 p.m. Both matters are in front of Judge Sabri. Mr. Evans, bond conditions, you're not to possess any firearms of any kind, even homemade, and you're not to have contact with witnesses of this case. Understand that, Mr. Evans?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, Counsel Coyle, go ahead.
Your Honor, this is charged as a murder in the first degree, premeditated. People are requesting a remand. And for the following reasons is that we have a party between women or a fight between women at a party, and that which apparently the men came in and tried to break it up. There was information that the defendant walked toward the complainant with a gun. The complainant and the girlfriend back up. He keeps coming. He shot the complainant one time. The complainant drops to the ground. And then the defendant allegedly stood over the complainant and shot him several more times. Recovered from the scene were 9 spent casings and 3 spent rounds. Police spoke to witnesses, were given a name of, I'm not going to say the name because we're on YouTube, but they went and investigated that name. They find out that's not the person. There is a video in which that shows that the officer in the IR says that you can see the complainant and the defendant exchange words briefly. Defendant points the gun and then fires shots. Based on that video, they eliminated that other potential suspect. And then they did further investigation. They spoke to witnesses regarding a Facebook page. And on that Facebook page, there was a flyer in which the defendant used the name of Queese. And then they, through lean, got photographs and noted that the picture appeared to be the suspect in the video. They spoke to the defendant's federal probation officer. He's just been off probation from May 26th of this year. She identified him as the person in the photo from the scene. They also got 2 anonymous tips after photo from broadcast IDing the defendant in the photograph at the scene. Your Honor, based on the dangerousness to the community, I do not know why he was what the federal conviction was for, but I do note that he was just taken off and that there are other questions as to, I assume that the defense is going to be, the question is as to identification, but that's a trial issue. There are several people IDing the defendant in this matter, but what we're talking about is dangerous to the community. And defendant has been the person here that there is enough probable cause at the complaint stage that this person not only shot somebody, then stood over the person on the ground and fired several more rounds into his body. Based on the facts, Your Honor, or the allegations, as I should say, there were 9 spent casings at the scene. So the people believe that Mr. Evans poses a danger to the community, and for that reason, the people asked for remand. Thank you.
Thank you. Council Byrd, go ahead, Esteban, please.
And you're right, Your Honor. Sister Counsel is right. We're definitely going to bring up identification. And I believe that's more than a trial issue. Maybe enough probable cause to sign the warrant, maybe enough probable cause to bound over because the burden is very low. But I don't believe it passes the clear and convincing standard, the clear and convincing standard that my client's a danger. And I do understand we do have the most serious allegation that you could have on his face. But when we are dealing with an identification issue, that does become a problem, Your Honor. Respectfully, 33-year-old, lifelong resident, 4 children, lives at home with his mother. He was forthcoming about his federal probation. And he completed his federal probation, and that's why he's off of his federal probation, because he completed that, Your Honor. He's not going to be able to afford any bond. I don't want to put too many facts on the record or too much on the record, but that is the major problem that we're having here. First, the identification was wrong at first from the girlfriend. Then it changes. We have a victim. We have a victim, or we have a victim that's stating. Let me get these words right. I'll neuter your big ass. We can see my client is not the biggest man. My client is not the biggest man, and this is where the misidentification came in too. But I'm not sure if you know what I'll neuter your big ass means. It means I'll kill you. It means and when somebody says I noodle you, they're talking about shooting you in your head, turning your brain to noodles. That's what the street terminology is for that. But respectfully, everything, and that's what the victim said, Your Honor. That's not what they're alleging. My client said, who they didn't even identify at first. There was a whole other person that the person seen shoot him, and then after this elaborate investigation and elaborate thing, this elaborate off of flyers and Facebook and so-called anonymous tip. Well, that anonymous tip could be trying to take the pressure off of themselves and put it on somebody else. And unfortunately, we can't look into that even anymore. Now, I do understand a lot of these are trial issues, but I believe it's very important because if we're dealing with a clear and convincing, standard, that burden's a little bit higher than just signing a warrant. That burden's a little bit higher than just bonding something over, which we know are low hurdles to get over. A clear and convincing standard means is it clear and convincing that my client is a danger, and I don't think it's clear and convincing. I don't believe it's clear and convincing that he's even the person that performed these actions. So respectfully, Your Honor, I know for a fact, I'm not about to ask for a personal bond on this. I know for a fact that's not about to happen. But we're just asking for some sort of monetary bond with a GPS tether to monitor my client's locations. He's proven that he's been on he's proven that he's been on federal probation, was able to complete that probation. We haven't been presented with any evidence that he had any violations of that probation. This roughly happened around October 6th, 2024. It's been about a month and a half now. The warrant was just signed on 11/15. So my client really didn't have too much time to turn himself in this matter. And he was arrested at his child's mother's house, which shows you that he wasn't running. It's not like he was arrested in another state. It's not like he was arrested trying to hide out. It's not even like my client cut his beard. He's still the same person. He's the same person that they see on these flyers and Facebook and the case that they're trying to put against him. So it doesn't even show that he's trying to hide at all. So respectfully, when it comes to flight risk, don't believe him to be a flight risk, and I don't believe it's a clear and convincing. It measures to the clear and convincing standard that he's even the person that they're talking about. So respectfully, we're just asking for some sort of monetary bond in this matter, Your Honor, with a GPS tether, and allow my client to fight this outside the confines of the county jail.
Well, Your Honor, I just want to put one thing in. While Mr. Byrd was talking, I had the opportunity, unfortunately, today's docket came fast and quick, but I had the opportunity to read APA note, and not only does his phone number now tracks him to that location as well on the time of the shooting. So that's more evidence of identification. So that was found in the note. So thank you.
It was a party, Your Honor. It was a party where a lot of people were attending. We're not denying that. We're not denying that he was in the location. We're not saying that he wasn't in the location of the incident. We're saying that it's multiple identifications. It's different people being identified as the person, in which he wasn't even that person at first. He wasn't even the person at first. That's what we're saying. We're not saying he wasn't at the party.
Thank you, Council Byrd. Thank you, Council Coyle. Court heard the representations of both sides. Court uses clear convincing evidence standard if it's entertaining monetary bond as well as a remand, meaning no bond in this particular matter. Under court rule 6.106, when a defendant is charged with murder or treason, the court, if there's clear convincing evidence standard, if the guilt is evident or presumption is great, the court can do a remand or monetary bond. This court did have the opportunity to read the allegations in the investigator's report. This court does find Mr. Evans a danger in this matter. So the court is going to do a remand, no bond. Okay. However, Mr. Evans, whoever your attorney is, your attorney does have the opportunity to go to the judge of record to see Judge Sabri whether or not Judge Sabri wants to change or address the issue of bond and bond conditions. Do you understand that, sir? Do you understand that, Mr. Evans?
Okay. I'm sorry.
Mr. Evans, that's right, Mr. Evans. Okay, Mr. Evans, so you understand, there's a remand. However, your attorney of record can go to Judge Sabri, who is the judge of record, about addressing the issue of bond and bond conditions. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Evans. That concludes your arraignment. Sir, what's your name?
Earl Foster Jr.
Okay, Mr. Foster, this is Magistrate Chartea here at a criminal matter, case number 2406-240-6069-101. You have an attorney. Go ahead, counsel.
Yes, Your Honor. Brandon Byrd on behalf of Daryl Foster Jr. My client waived his right to the formal reading, was advised his constitutional right, so stand mute.
I'm gonna enter a plea of not guilty. Court dates are December 3rd, 2024, probable cause conference, followed by preliminary examination, December 10th, 2024. Both matters are in front of Judge Taylor. Mr. Foster, while this case is pending, you're not to possess any firearm, you're not to possess any illegal controlled substances. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
That being said, Counsel Coyle, go ahead, ask the bond. He has local ties.
Your Honor, no criminal history that I'm aware of, no habeas history, non-assaultive, no objection to $15,000 personal bond.
No objection, Your Honor.
Bonnie, thank you. Bond in this case is gonna be $15,000 personal bond, not assaultive, no habeas history. Nobody has to pay any money for you to get out of jail, Mr. Foster. Good luck. You can step aside. Gentlemen at DDC, what's your name? Full name?
Brandon Reese Morgan.
Morgan, I'm Magistrate at Chate. Your criminal case number is 24060690001. You have an attorney. Go ahead, counsel.
Yes, Your Honor. Brandon Bird, on behalf of Brandon Morgan, my client, waives his right to the formal reading and was advised his constitutional rights and will stand mute.
I'm gonna enter a plea of not guilty. Court dates are December 3rd, 2024, probable cause conference, followed by preliminary examination, December 10th, 2024. Both matters in front of Judge Jefferson. Mr. Morgan, while this case is pending, you're not to possess any illegal controlled substances. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
That being said, Counsel Coyle, go ahead, ask the bond, please.
Non-assaultive, Your Honor, no objection to a $10,000 personal bond.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Morgan, you're gonna get a $10,000 personal bond, non-assaultive. You have local ties, so nobody has to pay any money for you to get out of jail. Good luck. That concludes your
Thank you so
arraignment.
much.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Shante Lamont Rice.
Mr. Rice, this is Magistrate at Chate. Sir, you're here on a criminal matter. Your case number is 24060693001. Sir, you have an attorney. Go ahead, counsel.
Yes, Your Honor. Brandon Bird, on behalf of Shante Rice, my client, waives his right to the formal reading, was advised his constitutional rights and will stand mute.
Thank you. I'm gonna enter a plea of not guilty. Court dates are December 3rd, 2024, probable cause conference, followed by preliminary examination, December 10th, 2024. Both matters are in front of Judge Jefferson. Mr. Rice, some bond conditions. You're not to have contact with the Luigi Centofani. That means no person-to-person contact, no contact with third parties, no phone calls, no emails, no text messaging. Sir, you're not